A body camera video just released shows us how bad the conditions were for first responders.
Giving us actually one of the best games in the NCAA tournament so far. You know, less than 10 seconds, Kentucky's Malik Monk hits the three to tie the game. He finally shows up to play, but North Carolina quickly goes the other way.
You know, we're hearing the stories of people who narrowly escaped those flames, and then the people who risked their lives to save so many people, and then the people who have helped everyone get back on their feet.
Okay, let me show you right now. Just showed up minutes ago, the one Tennessee fan that we have seen today. We have been here for a couple of hours now, but he is here. I talked to him just a couple minutes ago, and he actually told me that he lives here. He works for Alabama, University of Alabama, but he supports Tennessee because his father is a big Tennessee fan. 4th of July, less than a week away, so that means so are the sales. In today's Wallet Wednesday, we're talking to the experts. What should you buy and what should you wait for?
A lot of iconic businesses and iconic homes even were lost in those wildfires. One of those, the Alamo Steakhouse. You may remember seeing video of the Alamo Steakhouse that night. Now, a year ago, intense flames and unbearable smoke engulfed the popular restaurant, burning it to its foundation. But now, with the support of the community and, of course, a little TLC, the Alamo is standing strong. Really, it's a year later, and there's a lot of positives to look at, but there's also a lot of rebuilding still to be done and a lot of debris to still be cleaned up. It was a very devastating night 1 year ago, so those are just some avenues to help with that. Bob and Alan, though, we are going to continue our coverage out here from Gatlinburg, hopefully talking to a Gatlinburg city official about the progress that's been made coming up a little bit later in the show.
There it is. There it is.
Think fast.
That's twice you've done that to me.
That was good. You played baseball, didn't you? It's looking up. We're seeing some orange here. Earlier, the only orange we saw were construction cones and a Tony Stewart NASCAR flag. So we're on the up and up. We're less than a week away from Halloween, and if you're like a lot of people, you still don't have a costume. We've found a few easy ones and do-it-yourself ones. And most importantly, Kelsey, you were saying when you look for a costume, you don't want to spend a lot of money.
That's like my first requirement.
The search continues for a missing Blount County child. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has now issued an endangered child alert. And as emergency crews tried to get people to evacuate, another team was keeping an eye on Dollywood. This is video of the Pigeon Forge Fire Department checking out the grounds right there near the carousel.
I consider myself blessed, and I mean that truthfully, you know.
When you buy a piece of artwork,
So how does that look there?
you're buying more than just an object.
We'll heat this up over 2,100 degrees.
You're buying a small piece of someone else's life.
You can see it in their eyes when they see something they really like, and when it's something, you know, that I made, it's an inner feeling that, you know, I wish everybody could have.
For Sparky Newmeyer, you're buying his passion.
People like making people smile. You know, we don't have enough of that anymore, you know. I was in the military. I was the first group that didn't go to Nam. And they stationed me in Vicenza, Italy. Got an island outside of Venice called Murano Island. They're known worldwide for their glass. I used to go down there watch them at least once a month.
Those visits would turn into his livelihood at his shop in Gatlinburg, fueled by the flame on his torch. But it was a series of flames that would prove deadly, that nearly broke him and all of Sevier County.
And my wife said, hey, why don't you go outside and take down the Thanksgiving decorations? I'm colorblind. So I'm out there and I see all this strange stuff with the sky, but I can't tell really the colors. And she says, let's hurry up and get home. I don't know what's happening, but there's going to be some major trouble. Something's going on.
It would be several days before he was allowed back into his shop. His livelihood was still there.
You didn't know where it was going to end up.
His store and the one surrounding it on the Arts and Craft Loop were spared.
But then it was hard to come back because so many of my friends lost everything. You know, it's like, wow, am I stabbing them in the back?
But he went back to work using the same flame, hoping to shine a new light into the community. The aftermath of the wildfires proved to be more damaging than the flames for this small community.
I think we have lost 8 businesses already on the loop.
Sparky believes it wasn't just the wildfires that slowed things.
Stuff in Texas, the hurricane, Florida, just so many bad things been happening. And that affects your travel crowd.
But Sparky is keeping his lights on, and he's hoping it will ignite new growth into this historic community.
Grandpa taught me years ago. He says, you just brush yourself off and you keep going. You can't stop and that stuff. You stop, you get bypassed, is what he would say. All right, let me put a hook on this thing.
So when you buy a piece of art from this loop in Gatlinburg, you're buying a bigger piece of a new beginning.
I think it'll bounce right back.
Reporting in Gatlinburg, CaseyWheeless, Local 8 News.